Welcome to A Little Off the Top, the podcast where a couple of barbers shoot the shit after their shift. I'm your host, Jason.
And I'm Justin.
How you doing?
It's just a regular day today.
Yeah.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So before we started recording, you said you liked the hat I was wearing.
Yeah, it looks really familiar. It's it's a red hat, which at first when I see a white guy with a red hat, I get a little nervous. But
I probably shouldn't wear this in public.
It doesn't have white font on the front. Instead, it's got a yellow circle with a little. Is it a beaver or a chipmunk with also wearing a red hat?
Beaver.
And it looks really familiar, and I don't know where I know that from.
Okay, so I got to cross something off my bucket list last week.
Your bucket list?
My bucket list. You know, things you want to do before you kick the bucket. I finally got to go to a Bucky's gas station and convenience store.
Oh, shit. Okay, I knew that logo from something. I've never been to a Bucky's. They're not in California.
Texas, and I think maybe one in Florida.
But they're supposed to be fucking massive, right? Like huge.
Oh, dude, it was like 30,000 square feet convenience store.
Jesus Christ.
It was so big. It was everything I wanted it to be. I was driving from, because originally my Texas, the first leg of my Texas tour, because I'll be again in Texas at the end of next week, was Corpus Christi, and then San Antonio. And then I was supposed to fly home. They added an extra stop in Austin. So I went Corpus Christi, San Antonio, Austin. And on the route, I think it was the 35 freeway from San Antonio to Austin, there was a Bucky's. And I was like, I'm stopping. There's about 100 gas pumps. There's about 100 urinals in the bathroom.
That's too many. How many people do you think what do you think of the most amount of people that have peed in there at one time is?
Ooh,
do you think they've gotten close to 100?
I would probably say so, because I was on like a Zoom call in the parking lot, sitting in the car while I was waiting before I went in. I finished that up, and while I was doing that though, like a couple busloads of people got there, and so everyone from a bus got off and went, and I saw that multiple times. So I think it can fill up really fast. Yeah, gas was like $2
and also
a gallon.
probably when the gumball rally comes through, you know, like they all have to make their pit stops, and you know they're racing, so they're probably around the same point. So that's crazy.
They have these.
How much time did you spend in
there? About 15 minutes.
Oh, that's not long. It's huge.
I could have stayed in there longer, but you know, I had to get on the road. I had to get to Austin.
I'm also kind of an idiot, and I don't fully understand. I can't visualize square footage. Is that, like you said, 30,000 square feet? Is that close to a Walmart?
Yeah, probably. Maybe like if you took a Walmart and kind of cut it in half, so it wasn't as wide, but it was as long.
All right. Okay.
I have a picture, I think, and some video.
Yeah, you could send it to me.
No, I know.
I'll throw it on the Instagram.
And let me see. They have these snacks called beaver nuggets, which are these like corn snacks that are, I don't know, kind of candy with like maybe brown sugar and butter or something. They're kind of sweet. They were really good.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and I got them. And 1 second, let me send this to Justin. I mean, you got to really kind of zoom. And I don't even. Yeah, this still doesn't even show the full size of it.
Right.
Yeah. So I bought a bag of those, and I start eating them on the way to the car, and they are so good. They're addicting. I put my gas, and then I put them in the back of the car, because otherwise I would have eaten the whole bag on the way to Austin.
Right.
And I was going to get some barbecue, because I got barbecue every day I was in Texas. Corpus Christi, trash. San Antonio, even worse.
We're talking about
Austin,
their barbecue, or these cities as a whole?
No. The barbecue. The barbecue.
Okay.
Um,
The people
Austin,
there
fucking amazing.
sucked.
Nah, everyone was nice. But Austin barbecue got recommended by at least 4 different clients. This place called Terry Black's. Oh, dude, it was so good. They had 3 different sauces, and each sauce was so good. I had to park next door at this bike shop, and it's so busy at the barbecue place that the bike shop charges you $10 to park there.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I mean, it makes sense. If they're not getting business, then, people are just using
Yeah.
their parking lot. Fucking, they got to make money off of them somehow. You said the 4 sauces. Is it like a regular
3
like
sauces. It was like a
sweet
regular.
barbecue, fucking spicy, and then like a mustard or
Yep.
something, or a vinegar?
It was like a regular. It was 3 sauces. So it was like regular, which was kind of mustardy, and then the sweet and the spicy. But the spicy
For sure.
really
Okay.
wasn't that spicy. But it was so good.
Which out of the 3 sauces, which was your favorite?
Oh man, it's hard. Maybe the sweet. I do like a sweeter barbecue sauce.
Yeah, that makes
If
sense.
you,
Coming from that makes sense for you, for sure.
yeah, if you check your phone, I just sent you a picture of the barbecue. It wasn't just for me. I was with 2 other people that I was going to be working with the next day.
Oh, you should have told
So
me that
not-
was all for you.
So not all the food is for me.
It's a lot of food.
That it was. Yeah. Oh, and I got a pineapple cider from the Austin Cider
Man, there's
Company, and it
and
was
there's
delicious.
The Bucky's. God damn, that is fucking huge.
They have like a barbecue in the middle. They have like a whole jerky station section where it looks like a butcher's kind of a place, but it's jerky. They make fudge there. They're known for their fudge. And they pack it well, let me tell you.
Okay. I'm looking at this barbecue tray. I'm seeing tri-tip. I see a sausage link. I'm seeing maybe turkey and then 2 kinds
Yep.
of ribs.
Nope, just one kind of ribs.
Okay, one kind of rib.
then-
It's just
and
they're
then-
in 2 different piles.
Yeah.
And then I see
burnt ends right
a plate
above
of.
the.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay. And then I see pickles and onions in a little tray, and then some coleslaw, some potato salad, and some mac and cheese that looks incredible. How was that mac and cheese?
The mac and cheese was good.
Was
It
that
was
like the
real
best
good.
thing on that tray?
No, the ribs were good. The turkey
Really?
was
Okay.
good too. I wasn't gonna order turkey, but the guy working the counter.
That turkey
sold me on
looks
it.
good. Yeah, it looks
He was.
really
I
good.
was like, the girls that were with me were like, "You want to order turkey?" And I was like, "There's a reason we only have it once a year. Turkey's trash." And then he was like, "Not ours." He's like, "Give it a try." And he like cut us off a piece, and it was juicy and it was good. So we got that too. And
Yeah,
it was
honestly, like the people that
Oh.
say turkey is trash, and oh, I can hear me.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, go ahead.
The people that say
Go ahead.
turkey is trash and that there's a reason that we only have it once a year, those are just the people that haven't had good turkey. Like there is good turkey out there. It's
There
easy to
is.
fuck up. It is easy to fuck up, but when you have good turkey, turkey is fucking solid, man. I love turkey.
Yeah, but it's a reason. It's kind of a one-trick pony. Like you can't do anything with it other than what you do with it.
I actually just had
know.
some really good turkey
Other than ground
tacos.
turkey, I
It was ground turkey
Yeah.
instead of
No,
ground
I'm
beef
talking about like
tacos.
cooked
solid.
sliced taco. I mean, there's a reason it's not on the menu at restaurants very often.
Well, now that Sam's Hofbrau closed, you're right. It's not.
Are they never opening back up after they burnt
I
down?
don't think they are. I think they're permanently
Dude.
closed.
Their open-faced turkey sandwich was so good.
Oh, turkey's trash. There's a reason we only have it once a year.
No. But I like the open-faced turkey sandwich. Yeah.
Hell yeah! Sounds like you had a good trip from Texas, Tejas. I'm glad. I'm glad that you made it back safe.
I got bit by a spider.
Oh shit!
And, like the bite didn't hurt, but then it immediately started hurting. It's finally gone down.
Okay.
It was on my back, right where I couldn't like reach and couldn't barely look in the mirror. I thought it was a pimple.
Oh, you're not gonna be able to see it because
No, you're
the sun is
bleached out.
shining. The sun is. I've got so much natural light in here. That's how you know I'm not a vampire. But I got one like right
the
in like
worst.
what's the elbow pit? What do you call that?
The gooch?
No, that's fuck. I don't know what you call that. It's the opposite side of your elbow, the little pocket right there. I think it's a bite. I thought it was an ingrown, and I've been like squeezing it all day, trying to like pop it, but now there's like a red circle around it. I'm pretty sure it's a bite, and it sucks having a bite right there.
I thought mine was a pimple, and I FaceTimed Nicole in Houston. I was like, "This pimple's huge." They're like, "That's not a pimple. That's a spider bite." Because it
Yeah,
immediately
well, it
started
happens.
hurting, and then it got big and red and like thick around it. Like the, ugh, never mind. Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm going on a trip next week. I'm getting ready to go to Hawaii.
Hell yeah.
When this episode releases, I will have been in Hawaii for a day, and I'm super stoked because Kira bought the plane tickets, and when I saw that we were flying Delta, I was so fucking stoked just because that means I get Biscoff cookies.
Yeah, you
How do you
do.
how do you feel about Biscoff? Are you into it or no?
I love them. No, it's like one of my favorite cookies ever. And
Have you
those
ever?
ones say Delta on it. They have Delta
Oh,
embossed
okay.
on it.
Have you ever seen Biscoff outside of a Delta flight?
Yes, I've bought it. I've bought the Biscoff cookie butter.
Is that a thing that you could just buy?
Yeah, it's basically like peanut butter but made with Biscoff cookies, and
Well,
it's
I,
dangerous.
I thought that it was something specific to a Delta flight, and I was at the grocery store earlier today, and I found this little package of
Oh,
Biscoff and Go, and it looks like a
yeah,
little
that's the cookie
like a
butter.
this is like a handy snack. So there's cookie butter in there, and then like little stick cookies in there. I'm gonna try it on the
Ooh,
show and see.
it's kind of an adult Dunkaroo, which
Yeah,
we tried
exactly.
on the show.
I'm pretty excited for this. So I'm just gonna take a stick. Just I'm gonna raw dog this stick and see if it tastes like a Biscoff cookie. It does not. It tastes like
No, like
those
a
shitty little
breadstick.
breadsticks that you get at like a
Yeah,
Olive
yeah.
Garden. Like not the no, that's not right.
No,
But
like
you know,
in a
like the
salad
skinny little
sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
the skinny little breadsticks. So I'm a little let down from that. I thought I was gonna have Biscoff cookie sticks. But holy shit. That Biscoff cookie butter is
Oh
incredible.
yeah.
Ooh. It's like peanut butter, but
Would you say
with
it's
like
better,
cinnamon and sweetness. Oh,
better or worse than truffle butter?
I don't know what truffle butter is.
Okay, never mind then.
Oh, is that a dick joke?
It's kind of a butt sex joke. Yeah.
Well, explain it. I'm
I don't
lost
know.
here.
I think it's when a little bit of like poo comes out of a butt when you're having sex with a butt. I don't know.
Well, then I would say this
I
cookie
think that's
butter.
what it is.
The cookie butter is better than the truffle butter.
I'll tell you what's
That's
real
gross.
good, man. You make some toast. You make some toast, and you spread that cookie butter on it, and it kind of gets hot and melty a little bit. Oh,
You know, honestly, the cookie butter just kind of reminds me of the honey flavored Golden Grams crackers. Did you ever have those back in the day?
oh yeah.
No, I'm sorry,
Wait,
not
no, Teddy
Golden
Grahams.
Grams.
Teddy Grahams.
Teddy Grahams. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, they're the little like fucking. Are they gingerbread or is it like a graham cracker, but it's shaped
I
like a
don't know.
teddy bear, and they've got like honey drizzle on it. Ugh, that's
They
what
used
this
to
tastes like.
have in like the '80s, like a Teddy Grahams commercial that had like an Elvis song. I love to eat my Teddy Grahams.
I don't remember that.
Nobody beat my Teddy Grahams. Yeah.
I did just see on Instagram earlier today. Back in the '90s, there was a Burger King commercial that had the whole Curry family, Steph Curry, his brother, and his dad. And it's the
Oh
two
yeah, yeah.
kids like sitting courtside, like watching their dad play basketball, like at a park somewhere. And I don't
Delco,
know
yeah.
who's older. I don't know who's older, Steph Curry or
Steph. Steph is older than Seth, I think.
okay, so Steph is saying shit like, "Oh, you're bringing home the bacon, Dad. Now you're cooking." Like he's saying all this stuff to like put food in his
Yeah.
dad's head, and then his dad's like, "I'm hungry. Let's go to Burger King." And then Steph looks at his little brother. He's like, "See, it works every time." And I remember seeing this commercial when I was a kid, but I had no idea who they were. Like
No,
knowing
no.
that now, I'm just like, holy fuck, that's little Steph Curry. He's probably like 6 years, like maybe 6 years old. It was crazy.
at the time of this recording, Kings are up 2-0 in the first round of the playoffs against the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, I thought you meant that they were playing a game right now and they've got 2 points and the other team has none. I'm like, so it just started.
No.
No, yeah, they are up 2. From what I hear. Yeah,
When does this come out? Wait, real quick. This doesn't come out tomorrow?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Because you said by the time you hear this, I'll already be in Hawaii.
Did I say that? You're right.
Yeah.
I did say that. Nope. I'm just wishful thinking over here. I'll be in Hawaii next week.
I was like, wait, we didn't pre-record one.
Nope, you're right. I'm just ready to be in Hawaii.
Yeah, you got that senioritis.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm just starting a new position. It's not good.
How's it going?
Good. I'm just trying to get everything set up for success. I haven't really been doing the job fully because I'm leaving for Hawaii next week. So I've really just been like setting up my laptop and iPad and phone, just getting contacts rearranged and updated and all that. But I do have to be in Rancho for a meeting at 6 in the morning tomorrow. So
that's fun.
Yeah. So we gotta record this and edit and go the fuck to sleep. But yeah, it's
Did you
going
buy
good
some
so far.
polos?
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've been looking fly out there.
Dude, speaking of polos, I've been buying a bunch of golf shirts lately. Like cosplay as a golfer, kind of now.
Well, you could just start golfing and then,
I know.
You'll
I'm
play the
on
part.
the golf course with Houston.
Yeah, it counts. You're good. You're a golf dad.
I am a golf dad and a swim dad. I was watching. So, the other Jason that works at the shop, he's like a baseball fan, and so he bought the MLB subscription so he could watch it at the shop. And he likes the Braves. The Braves weren't on, so we were watching. It was Tampa Bay versus the Reds, Cincinnati Reds.
Tampa Bay
And
Rays versus the Cincinnati Reds.
Okay, see, I thought that's where I messed up. Cuz they have new jerseys, right? Okay, so I guess they're not the Devil Rays. They used to be the Devil Rays.
Yeah, they dropped that
But
a while ago.
Yeah, so I guess they're the Rays based on a sun ray, because they had like, it looked like a star or like an explosion on their jersey. And I was like, I don't know what that is. And then I thought that they were the Tampa Bay Lightning.
No, that's the hockey team.
I was like, maybe it's like, that's what I was thinking. Speaking of hockey, your favorite team is the Sharks, right?
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
It's funny that your favorite team is the Sharks, Justin.
And also, I'll be in the ocean next week.
Oh, yeah, you will. So we're not just here to play with our dicks and talk about truffle butter.
Or eat cookie butter.
Are we? Yeah, oh my God, dude, it looks so good. I'm fasting, so I can't eat right now.
Well, that's a bummer. I'm glad I didn't get you one of these, because I'm not. Nope, we're not
pretty
just
much
here to talk about that stuff. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I pretty much just don't eat from 2 p.m. to 6 a.m. anymore.
I feel like I do the opposite. Like, I feel like I don't eat from 8 p.m. till like noon.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I don't know how...
I'm not doing it intentionally. I don't think I've lost any weight.
I did it in Texas, too. That was hard, to be alone in a hotel room and not snack.
Did you have any Texas toast while you were in Texas?
I did not. But I went to a grocery store that is not called Hebe. It is called H-E-B.
Oh,
I thought it...
I don't think HEB spells Heb either. I think that spells heb.
Oh, I don't know about the English language. Um, yeah, I was like, I'm not saying the name of this store. And
No,
then
I
it
also
turns
don't.
out
I
it's
also don't want to say
HEB.
Kroger because I feel like that's somehow racist to somebody.
For sure. You filthy Kroger. It's like
Sounds
some
bad.
it does. Like some Middle Eastern person. No, not Middle
Yeah, we're
Eastern.
not. We're not.
Eastern European.
Is that what
Let's cut
Heb
this out.
is? It's not gonna.
No,
It's not gonna get cut.
Heb
I
is
thought
for
Heb
like
was
Hebrew.
Hebrew.
It's a Jewish
Yeah,
term.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Jewish
No,
person.
no, no. And I'm saying a Kroger sounds like an Eastern European person
I think that also sounds Jewish.
from like Latvia. You fucking
Yeah, maybe.
Kroger.
Okay. Uh,
We
who are the
sort of have
Krauts?
Krogers here. That's the Germans
Yeah, I feel like that could be Kroger too. I don't know.
because they eat sauerkraut.
Is that why they call it? I'm bad at being racist. And bad at being
You know,
nationalist. I
it's
don't
funny.
know. I don't know what
The
it falls
way
under.
the way your camera is positioned, you're like looking like directly at me, like lovingly to me. Like you're like, like it's just kind of funny. I don't know how to explain.
Oh, as far as like Brady Bunch squares go,
Yeah, you're just like
yeah, yeah.
staring at me.
It's like
funny. It's weird.
yeah, it's like the Brady Bunch theme song. It's just like I'm like, oh, hey Jason.
Yeah. High five.
Okay,
Give me a
let's
high
try.
five. Oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're here to talk about Jaws, the third
Not
movie
visual
in
humor.
our 1975 movie extravaganza.
Correct, and I don't remember. I think this is the highest grossing movie
It was.
of the year. Is that why we picked this one?
Yeah, it said 260 million, but I don't know if that was for the year or for like overtime or what.
I have a different number. So let's run through the info. Jaws is a 1975 American thriller directed by Steven Spielberg based on the 1974 novel by Peter Benchley. It stars Roy Scheider as police chief Martin Brody, who, with the help of a marine biologist played by Richard Dreyfuss and a professional shark hunter played by Robert Shaw, hunts a man-eating great white shark that attacks beachgoers at a summer resort town. Murray Hamilton plays the mayor, and Lorraine Gary portrays Brody's wife. It had a budget of $9 million. They ran over production time by quite a bit. They ran way long with this project, but it was worth the wait because box office took in $476.5 million.
God damn. Becoming the first summer blockbuster ever, right?
Correct. This was the first. Up until this movie, when a movie came out, there would be like a handful of copies of it, and they would just like travel the country to different theaters and just slowly release throughout the country.
Yeah.
But this one, I think when they released it, it was like in like 400 theaters all at once, and because of that, maybe not because of that. No, maybe because of that, everybody was super excited to go see it. And so people would line up around the block to go see this movie, creating the blockbuster. I want to say this is the first movie to do that.
Now, even when like I was in high school, so like late 80s, early 90s, I mean, I've always went to the movies a lot. And I would look at the newspaper because that's where you had to go to find what times the movie theater was playing where. And
yeah, this was before Movie Phone, which is also outdated.
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember there would be, or even when you saw the commercial on TV, it would say opens in New York, in LA, and it would give you a date. And then like a few weeks later, it like opened nationwide. It was just like slow rollouts, to try to create a buzz. That just doesn't happen anymore.
Well, it happens now, but it's just for like smaller indie projects. Jesus Christ. You don't see that with like major motion pictures from like big studios. They want it to be available to everybody the same day so they can get as many butts and seats and make as much money as they can.
And
but
it's
this was
distributed
the first
digitally now.
Yeah, no, it's not even.
They used
on
to have to
reel
physically reels. So it was like if you
Right.
didn't, the later you waited to see the movie, the worse the movie looked.
Right, because the
The
film
more
will
it
just
played, it
go through the
degraded.
reels and wear out.
Yeah,
But yeah, you don't have to worry about any of that anymore.
I have thoughts
So
about this movie.
you hadn't seen this movie before. You said maybe
I
you've
think
seen some parts, but maybe not all the way
I think
through.
I've seen it. I definitely also watched like a year or two ago the movies that made us or whatever. I think there was a documentary about that. Like I know a lot
Okay.
about this movie, but I watched it from a different sort of perspective this time. I have
How do you
thoughts that
mean?
I don't know. So I haven't really heard anyone talk about this. Not saying people haven't talked about this, but especially the opening scene. This is like I think the proto slasher movie. You
Yeah,
got
I mean,
teenagers getting
you can.
high and drunk in sexual
Right.
situations, and then they go off by themselves, and then the like slasher music starts, and then someone dies. This could have been Jason. You know what I mean?
For sure. That's a really good point, and I really like the idea of like you see all this like product like T-shirts and shit with all of like the slashers. You've got Jason and Michael
Yeah,
Myers and Freddy Krueger and Chucky like all like in a car like rolling down the street. I'd really like to see one with a shark in there
for
with
sure.
them. That'd be really fun.
Yeah, but it's a slasher film. I mean, I don't know. Like, if this isn't made, I don't know that Friday the 13th gets made in the same way.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Because you're right. It's I mean, not through the whole movie, but that opening scene, it's very much
Yeah,
college, like college aged teens, maybe high school aged teens, uh,
doing
imbibing
drugs.
and then trying to bone, and then
Yeah,
yeah, you hear that music.
and then
That's the first time you hear
they
that
get
music.
punished by
Right,
death for it.
right. That is a really good point. Um, Another first with this movie. Well, I guess not with just this movie, but so this movie won an Oscar, and then its sequel won a Razzie. I don't think a franchise has ever done that before. So that's another milestone for Jaws.
When we're introduced to the character of Quint and he scratches his nails on the chalkboard, I still can't get it out of my head. First of all, um, but my question is, what is that accent that he has?
Uh, I feel like
It's
it's
not a
like
New England accent.
no, I feel like it's like borderline pirate. Like he served in the Navy. And he'd been out to sea, and I feel like just being amongst all those different accents, maybe how like in Snatch, Brad Pitt's character, the I'm quoting because I'm not.
Piker.
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to say pikey, but he's a pikey,
I'm Irish.
which
I'm
is
Irish. It's
a
all right.
gypsy, and he's got accents kind of from all over because he's just spent time with all of those people, so it kind of molds into this weird accent, and it seems like that's kind of what he's got going on, but I don't know for sure. It does seem piratey though, right?
Yeah, it's odd. Like I wonder if there's a specific sort of New England accent that we just don't have access to here.
Nobody else in the
That
movie had it
isn't like
though.
a, yeah. I don't know. It was an interesting choice.
Yeah. But no, I really do feel like there's there's a lot to talk about with this movie. I just don't know where to fucking start. I wish I had time to look over my notes before we started. Uh, so okay, this was kind of a first watch for you. You said you were looking at it with a different perspective. Did you dive into
Just
that at all?
yeah. No, I'm just like I was listening to their accents. Accents are a big part of this movie. Especially Roy Scheiber, whatever his name is in real life. Yeah, like I didn't
Sorry,
maybe
I
realize
can't stop
earlier
eating
when I
this
watched
cookie
it.
butter.
Oh, that's okay. That he's like from New York, so he kind of has a New York accent in it.
Yeah, and his
And
wife
because they're
calls him out on it, right?
yeah, and then she does like super Boston accent, which is kind of cool.
And then he's making fun of it. He's like, "I'm gonna go out to the yard and park the car. How does
God,
that sound?"
yeah,
She's like you're from New York. You
yeah,
fucking asshole.
that was so good. also the town, man, it just looks like idyllic. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, big time,
that's where
dude.
you would want to spend like a summer or just live there. Like all the
I
old buildings and
If I ever strike it rich, I want to move to a small beach town like that. Like I've never been to the East Coast. Well, that's not true. I've been to Georgia, but I've never been to like New England, which is where this takes place. And I feel like I would really, really, really like it.
it was filmed in
This
Martha's
movie,
Vineyard, right?
I was just going to say, this movie was mostly filmed in Martha's Vineyard, but this was also the first Hollywood produced movie to actually shoot a film out on the ocean. Like those scenes where they're out on the boat trying to track the shark down, they're actually on the ocean. For a long time, I thought it was just on like the Hollywood lot. You know, like they've got that big like water tank thing. I thought it was
Yeah.
there for a long time, but they actually went out to the ocean to film a lot of this.
Which is why they went over budget.
They went, yeah, exactly. They went over budget. They ran into complications, and they went over time. But like I said earlier, I truly feel like it was worth the wait. There's some really revolutionary things that they do in this movie. Not this specific thing had been done before. It was kind of coined by Alfred Hitchcock, but there's this shot when
dude, it's my favorite shot. My favorite shot in the whole movie.
it's so fucking good. So it's known as
I already know what you're
a
talking
dolly
about.
zoom or the Hitchcock zoom. It was Hitchcock did it in one of his early movies, but didn't capture it right, and then tried it again in Vertigo, which is probably one of my favorite Hitchcock movies. And it's this technique where the camera's on a dolly and they push it forward and they zoom out at the same time. So the camera's getting closer to the main subject, which in this case is the sheriff. He's sitting on the beach. He thinks he sees a shark in the water attacking somebody. And it's supposed to, the way that this camera zooms, it's supposed to relay his feeling of panic, I guess.
And realization.
Yeah, and so it zooms. The camera's getting closer to his face, but then it's zooming out and revealing more stuff out to the sides of him. The shot is widening as it's moving in, and it's just like it's
so
such an
good.
effective shot. And have you seen Vertigo?
I don't think I have.
In Vertigo, it's incredible because it's the main character has a issue with heights because he fell off a roof of a super high building. It's understandable. He's afraid of heights now, but he's climbing this church tower, and there's a scene where it's like a spiral staircase that just goes around the perimeter of the interior of the church tower. So he looks down the stairwell, and like that's when they do it. Is they zoom into the stairwell and zoom out, and it's supposed to just like make you feel like you have vertigo, and it's really, really effective. It's such a cool shot, and I'm kind of glad that more people haven't done it because I feel like it would take away how cool that shot is in these two movies.
Yeah.
But I fucking love it so much. It's such a cool technique.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that shot. It looks so cool. I mean, it's not the same, but like Spike Lee's floating walk.
Oh yeah,
shot,
yeah, for sure.
he does.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it.
what? Yeah,
He does it in most of his movies.
kinda cool.
In Crooklyn, it's when the little girl
Yeah.
gets forced to huff paint, and then I'm sure.
Dude, I gotta watch that movie. The dog popping out of the hide of bed.
Dude, that movie's so fucking good. I still haven't seen Nothing to Lose. She's gotta have it. Is that the?
Oh yeah,
That one's the musical, huh?
It's a musical. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I don't like.
Sort of.
I don't like
It
that
is.
one.
Yeah.
Do the Right
That's
Thing.
where he plays Mars
I
Blackman.
have not seen Do the Right Thing.
Oh,
But
dude. What year did that come out? Please tell me it came out in '88.
I don't know, man. Ooh, that's a good question.
I feel like it's '89. But yeah, look that shit up. Please be
the
'88.
Right thing. 80. It's 89. Sorry, dude.
Oh, see, I thought it was '89. Damn.
But he also does that shot in
Couldn't you been
the
born
Black Klansman.
1 year later?
Sorry.
Malcolm X. I mean, like all his movies, he does it.
I've also never seen Malcolm X.
Oh, that's really good.
I think our
And
delay
you
is
got to
getting
understand,
longer.
like, so when I saw it, like this dick, um, I saw Malcolm X when it came out. I was in high school, but not a lot of theaters showed it. I had to go to this theater. I don't even know exactly where it was. Somewhere in the Sunrise area, but it wasn't like the main theaters.
It wasn't the Birdcage Theater.
No, it wasn't over there. It was like if you get off on Greenback and you drive to Sunrise, it was like in sort of like a shopping area on the left-hand side at some point.
Oh, interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's probably not even
way
there. I
before
don't
my
even.
time in Sacramento.
Yeah, yeah. It was like what 92,
Yeah, I didn't move here
1993.
till
Yeah.
2001, 2002.
Anyway, yeah. Let's talk about Jaws.
For sure. Okay, so ultimately the story is about a shark who's attacking people in this tiny little beach town called Amity. So it's
Like
a
on
fictional town in
purpose.
Massachusetts. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I think it's just kind of hungry, right? But it's in a part of it's like in an area where shark attacks don't normally happen, but it's also right
Yeah.
before the summer tourism starts for this town. And so the sheriff, he's a newly appointed sheriff in town, wants to shut down the beaches in order to keep everybody safe. But the mayor of the town
And he's not an
is
islander,
no, he's from New York, so he doesn't know how the
an
town works, I
outsider.
guess. But right, so yeah, the mayor doesn't trust him to take that upon himself, but also is too greedy to lose out on the summer tourism. So he fights it and won't sign the paperwork to shut down the beaches. And because of that, more people start dying. And he also won't approve the sheriff to hire the pirate guy. I can't remember his fucking name. To go
Because
hunt the shark.
he wanted 13,000. He wanted 13,000.
It's a good chunk of change, especially back then. But you know, if it's going to keep your fucking
Yeah.
beaches safe, like maybe it's worth it.
Yeah.
But essentially, they put instead of hiring him, they put a bounty out on the shark, which brings a bunch of people from out of town coming in to try and hunt this thing down. There's fucking hundreds of boats out there just chumming the waters trying to find something, and they end up finding a shark.
Yeah.
And catching it, and they decide that they're safe now, like they don't have to worry about it. But then this marine biologist comes in, Mr. Dreyfus, and he takes a look at the first dead body and says, "That's not the same shark. Like the shark that killed this girl is way fucking bigger. You don't have the right shark. We need to do an autopsy and just verify that this is the shark that ate that person." And they cut it open. There's no people inside of it, so they know that the shark's still out there.
It's like a license plate. It's like a
Yeah,
license
plate does come out. Yeah. Louisiana license plate. So that shark came from somewhere, probably Louisiana. And then, it ultimately comes down to the sheriff, the marine biologist, and the pirate going out. Quint, that's his name. Fuck yeah. Okay, cool. They go out on Quint's boat to hunt this shark down. Quint is very old school and wants to do it, just with a rod and his fishing skills, whereas the marine biologist has a bunch of like trackers and fancy equipment that he wants to use. They butt heads a little bit, and the sheriff has a fear of the open water, so he's fucking stressed out the whole time. It's a pretty interesting adventure that they embark on, but first day goes by and nothing, right? No, maybe they see the shark, but it kind of goes away. They didn't catch it, so they're just out there at night and they're getting drunk.
Yeah, good scene.
They're showing off battle scars, and Quint ends up saying that he's got basically PTSD from when he was on the USS Indianapolis, I believe it is. And he gives
which
this.
is it was a real thing that happened.
Did you look that up? Is it real? Like that's a real story?
No, it is. Yeah, where like they had to jump off the boat and then a bunch of them got eaten by sharks, right?
Right. And yeah,
Yeah,
only a handful of guys lived, and apparently Quint
that's an actual.
is one of these guys.
I feel like I looked it up a long time ago and it was a real story. I think I could be wrong. I think it was hammerhead sharks.
Okay, I think he might say that in this monologue.
Does it? Okay,
but when they went to shoot this scene, he went to Spielberg and basically said, "Hey, like this actor struggled with alcoholism. Like he was big time alcoholic. He went to Spielberg
on the
and
set.
said, "Hey, yeah." He went to Spielberg on set and said, "Hey, we're supposed to be drunk. How about I have a couple drinks to make it a little bit more believable when we shoot the scene." And apparently when he got to set, he had 2 aides that had to carry him into set because he was so fucking drunk. And he tried to deliver the monologue and couldn't fucking do it. They tried for hours. Spielberg had to just call it. He was like, "All right, we're done. We're not going to get it. Let's come back and try it again tomorrow or something." And he felt so bad that he called Steven Spielberg the next morning and said, "Hey, like, I hope you still want me for the part. I'm so sorry for the way that I acted. Like, I was way out of line. Please let me try it again." And he was like, Steven Spielberg said, "Yeah, like, dude, a huge part of this movie. Like, you're going to try it again." And so I guess he showed up stone cold sober the next day and did it in one take. And it's a super powerful monologue.
Yeah.
It's a crazy story, and it's just like it really shows you who this character is, who I feel like up until this point had never shown vulnerability, but the way that he explains the story and what he went through, it's just like, holy fuck. Like it makes sense. You are the way you are. Cause
like, I believe
it's
like
heavy. It's heavy.
Like, I believe he's not acting. Like, I thought he was just that dude. Like, that's how good he did. Obviously this is not how he is in real life, but I was like, he can't be any other way, right? Like,
right. No, I mean,
like,
he looks the part too. He looks like a salty ass fisherman.
Yeah, he seems like a dick. Like IRL.
I don't know. I'd go fishing with him.
And then Richard Dreyfuss, yeah, he's kind of like the squeaky nerd.
Yeah, big time. He's he's big time nerd. He's a scientist, and I feel like that's how he's supposed to play it. But go ahead.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought you were like you were going to say something. But
No.
I feel like he played it really well. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like he really wanted to prove that his gadgets could help. And so there's a scene where Quint is trying to get him to rig up a barrel so he can shoot the shark and attach this like flotation barrel to it. And he's like, "Oh, hang on a second, like I gotta attach this tracker to it so you can see that this shit really works." And he barely makes it in time, and they connect this barrel to the shark. And I don't think we ever really revisit the tracker. Like that just doesn't pay off, which is kind of a bummer.
I like the scene where the sheriff is chumming the waters, and then the shark is there.
Right.
I mean, he's an actor. They do their job well, but it really looks like he was shocked that that thing was there.
Yeah. Do you feel like maybe they just didn't tell him that they were going to do that, and then all of a sudden?
I mean, it feels like that. I mean, I'm sure he just is good at acting.
Right.
But it's kind of like in A Christmas Story when they didn't tell him the goose was going to have the head on it at the Chinese restaurant, or the duck.
Is that a thing? I don't think you told us about that when we covered that movie.
Yeah. In the original Christmas Story, at the end, after they don't eat dinner and they go to the Chinese restaurant, and they bring out the duck, it has a head on it, and the actors didn't know, and like, especially the like mom, like her reaction to it is just so genuine, and then they chop it off, and it like freaks her. She screams. It's like that's real. That's not acting.
That's super funny. Going back to the shark coming up from the water while he's chumming the water. excuse me. I do feel like, and this is widely talked about, but I feel like the shark really only looks good when it's underwater and you're looking at it from above the water. They made a bunch of different mechanical sharks for this movie, and like just none of them really look good. Like when it's up on the boat, like it doesn't look great. And
But also if and the shark didn't really work.
no, it didn't.
And I
It
think
was
if
it
the
was
shark,
supposed to be in this movie way more than it was.
which it's better that it's not. If it worked, I don't know if this movie works as well.
Right. And Steven Spielberg, being the brilliant director that he is, decided like, hey, like the shark's not really working. He's not done.
Yeah, he's had it. He's had his best opuses are behind him.
Well, sure, but he's not done. You think he's done?
No, I'm just saying he doesn't make as good as movies as he did when he was younger.
Okay, that's fair.
That was
we
a
can agree
Mr.
on
Holland's opus joke. That was a Mr. Holland's opus reference.
Oh,
also,
okay.
Richard
Got it.
Dreyfuss was in Mr. Holland's
Yep,
opus.
Yep. Flew over my head. You got me. But
Yeah.
him realizing that the shark wasn't working, they ended up using those flotation barrels to like show that the shark was there, show that there's an element of danger. And like honestly, like those barrels just coming across the surface of the water is almost scarier because you can't see the shark, you know. And like there's like one point where this is before the flotation barrels, but Quint has it on the fishing rod and he's like, where'd it go? Like, it's gone under the boat. Like, not seeing the shark is so much fucking scarier than seeing the shark because the shark looks so fucking shitty. But I will say, when we went to Universal Studios for my birthday last year, and we went on the tram tour, I did see Bruce the shark that was used in this movie, and it's kind of scary. I think it's kind of scary looking.
Those things are big, man.
I got cookie butter all over my hand.
Yeah, you do. Flotation barrels are boobs.
I was trying
Every
to
time
look
you
up
said
like
flotation barrels.
That's funny. I was trying to look up to see like what are in those flotation barrels, and I feel like it's probably just air, right? Like I couldn't find anything on it. But
the ones on the freeway have water in them, I think.
Yeah, because they're supposed to stop you from moving.
Yeah.
If they were just air, you would just ram right through all of them. That'd actually be kind of fun. But yeah, then there's also the compressed air canisters, which
oh yeah,
the fucking scientist. Why am I fucking blanking on every character's name in this?
Dreyfuss.
This doesn't even show his name. I'm on IMDb. It's not even showing what his name is. Hooper.
Oh, his name was D.
What was his last name? His last name was Snuts. Snuts.
Got him. Snuts.
Snuts. So Hooper, the marine biologist, uses these compressed air tanks to scuba, self-contained breathing apparatus into the water earlier in the movie. Correct.
No,
yeah.
underwater.
Oh wait,
You
self-contained.
forgot the U.
Yeah, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus. Anyway, he uses those earlier in the movie, and while they were going out there, Sheriff almost knocks him over, and he's like, "Whoa, knock it off! Those things could fucking explode," which is like foreshadowing because he ends up
spoiler alert
jamming this thing down the fucking sharks. Jaws is about a shark that eats a bunch of people. He ends up jamming this canister down the shark's throat and then shooting it and blowing the fucking thing up. All, of course, after Quint dies, sadly. He gets eaten by the shark, which honestly, I feel like that's the only way he can go out. He has to get eaten by a shark.
Or exploded.
Right. And then apparently...
well, I guess technically Quint did explode.
Yeah, no, technically, yeah. He'd been
He
eaten
was
by the shark, so he's
by the
inside
shark.
of it, and then
Yeah.
yeah, so some of that blood that covers the boat is probably Quint's blood. That's pretty
Oh yeah.
gnarly. Ugh.
Yeah. His dick.
Yeah, his his dick is on the mast. But apparently, in the original book that this is based on, Hooper, the marine biologist, also dies, and the sheriff is the only one that makes it out alive, which I think
Oh.
is supposed to be analogous to Quint being on the Indianapolis
Oh.
and being like the only one that survives. But in this movie, Hooper survives. Spoiler alert. Also, we should have said this up top. This is not streaming anywhere. I had to pay $3 to rent it, but you can rent it if you
Where'd you rent
don't want to.
Where'd you rent it?
I don't want to talk about it.
Why? Did you rent it
'Cause I
more than
got it.
once?
No, I rented it from Amazon.
Amazon? Yeah, me too. Me too.
I try not to use Amazon, but it's like the
Be-
one spot I could find it
Bezos
for
isn't
cheapest.
Bezos isn't even the CEO anymore, so you're good.
He still gets money, whatever. Yeah, so that's Jaws. It spawned a few sequels. The second one had Michael Caine, and it got a Razzie, so that's fun.
My cocaine.
Michael Caine is afraid of sharks.
And then there was
we-
Jaws 3 3D.
Yeah. And then was it Jaws 4 The Revenge, where the shark like follows the family across the country or some shit?
To Jamaica or something.
Yeah, these movies are ridiculous.
Jaws-
But
Jaws 3 is like this underwater amusement park kind of a thing.
oh,
if I
okay.
remember right.
I don't think I've ever seen any of the sequels. I think I've only seen this one. But we got to rate it. What are we going to
Okay.
rate it out of?
Out
Out of 5 unequipped boats for shark hunting?
Or out of 5
under-equipped,
marine
I guess.
biologists that we can't remember the name of.
Out of 5 Hoopers?
5 exploded quints.
Okay. What are you going to give
Yeah.
it?
I mean, you got like 4.5, right?
Sorry.
What do you rate that cookie butter?
Fucking 5. I give it a
5
5.
out of 5. Would highly recommend.
The cookie butter's so good. I'm
Don't
also
go buy
giving
a
it.
jar. It'll
What?
be the
Oh,
worst
of that?
decision you make.
Yeah, no,
It'll
I'm
be
not
the worst
gonna.
decision you make.
I'm just gonna get these little Dunkaroo packages every time I'm at the grocery store. I'm also gonna give it a 4.5. This has been one of my favorite movies for a long time, and I feel like there's a good reason for it. It's a fucking great
It's
movie.
good.
I want to say Steven Spielberg was like 26 or something when he directed this. He was super fucking young, and it's so impressive. It's such a good movie, and like you said, it's the original slasher. I love slashers, so
Yeah.
I absolutely love this movie. I always have. I always will. That iconic dolly zoom shot it lives rent free in my head. I fucking love it so much. There's no reason that I'm not giving this a 5, except for the fact that I can't justify giving a 5 unless it's cookie butter. So 4.5. It's a solid movie. Highly recommend it.
The score was amazing, obviously.
Oh, so good, so good. And I mean, everybody knows that song, even if they haven't heard, even if they haven't seen the movie. The da dum da dum. Yeah, everybody fucking knows it. My office chair is sinking. Oh, I felt it sink again. Oh, what the fuck?
I just texted you something.
Oh, so good. It's just a gif of
Yeah.
that shot. That's so perfect.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I know.
Do you think if I put that on Instagram, it'll work?
I don't know. Maybe.
All right, I'll try.
I don't know.
God damn it! I fucking love that shot so much. And his wife just sitting there behind him with her hands on his shoulder. Oh, so good. I love it. It's a great movie.
Have you ever seen it in the theater?
I think I might have. The movie theater in the Arden Mall was doing Throwback
Yes.
Thursdays for a while.
Thursdays.
And
Yep.
I think I saw it there. because my friends and I were doing that for a long time. We saw. I want to say we saw that. We definitely saw Back to the Future.
I saw Goonies there.
Oh, I think I saw the Goonies there. I've seen the Goonies a few times in the theater. They need to bring back throwback theater things more.
Yeah,
they need to do more.
That movie theater closed.
So yeah, I don't think it's there anymore. But regular Cinemark theaters should do that more often.
Yeah, get people there on Thursdays or way back Wednesdays.
Yeah, that works too. Or Throwback Tuesdays.
Mm-hmm.
Or a very old. Wait, hang on, that doesn't work. There's no day that starts with A. Fucking old movies Friday. Well, Fridays are already busy.
Yeah.
This is why I'm not in marketing for movie theaters.
Taco Tuesday and old
yes,
movies.
Ampersand old movies.
Oh, speaking of theaters, last time I went to that theater at Country Club, I saw they have frozen Jack and did I talk about that?
No,
you could get like an icy. You could get like a Jack and Coke icy there. They have cocktails now.
That sounds cool.
And they're cheap.
You didn't get one?
No, I like a cherry icy, and I have a very specific movie going situation.
What kind of booze would you want in a cherry icy?
If I was gonna have it, I don't know. Vodka, I guess.
What about like a vanilla vodka?
It.
So it's like vanilla cherry.
Yeah, but then it dilutes the cherryness. I love the cherry flavor. Of the cherry. I don't even like a white cherry icy because I feel like it's not as good. Without,
I think they're the same flavor. It just doesn't have food coloring.
I know. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah, you are. Well, that's what we thought of the 1975 film Jaws. If you'd like to call, and I wanted to call in Evan and Raul to see if they've seen this movie and if they had thoughts, but I couldn't figure out how to do that on Riverside. I tested it out before we started. Couldn't figure it out. So, Evan and Raul, if you want to call in, let us know how you felt about the movie Jaws, or any of our other listeners for that matter. You can call and leave us a voicemail at 323-786-ALOT. That's 323-786-2568. Or you can always shoot us an email and we'll read that on the show. Our email address is ALittleOffTheTopPod@gmail.com. Please rate, review, and subscribe on whatever platform you're listening to us on, because that will help us to get more listeners. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok, which I've been not super active on TikTok as of late with the new job, but I'll try to be better.
What do you
Little Off the Top Pod.
You live in Montana or something?
What?
They banned TikTok in Montana. Well, you're not allowed to.
That's right.
You're not allowed to like download it or something. I don't know how it works,
but just jump over the border to Idaho and you're good to go. If you're looking for Jason Yankadick on Instagram or the Planet Fitness app, you can find him at Skills the Barber. My name's Justin. You can find me on Instagram and Letterboxd, where I rated this movie a 4.5 at _red_6_. I think we did it. You got anything else?
Bye for now.
See ya. Did we end bad? That sounded like not a very excited bye for now.
No, I was gonna say something else, something about blowing up dicks, but I couldn't get it right in my head quick enough, so that I said bye for now. I could do it. Right, I could do a better one. You could edit in. Bye for now.
See ya. I don't know. We'll probably go with the first one, and then maybe just leave all of this in. All right.